In the grim darkness of the 31st millennium, even the Emperor's own record books have gaps. Imperial archives list 20 Space Marine Legions. And then on an archaic line for 2 and 11, the entry reads almost apologetically, all records expunged from the library. No Legion name, no Primarch, just a blank where history used to be. From the very earliest codices to modern Horus Heresy reference books, the story is always the same. Something so terrible happened to Legions 2 and 11 that the Imperial Administratum quietly wiped them from the books. Even the heresy lore anthologies nod to this mystery. One supplement dryly notes that of these 20 legions, 18 would survive into the Great Crusade. As to those that did not, nothing more can be said. Walk through the Emperor's Palace on Terra or the Chamber of Heroes on Macragge, and you'll feel the omission. In the Investiary Amphitheater under the stars, 20 plinths once held statues of every Primarch, except 2 and 11. Those spots had been vacant for a long time, and no one ever spoke of these two absent brothers of the lost legions. Fast forward 10,000 years. On Macragge, Robute Guilliman literally leaves two empty chairs at a Primarch's council. He tells Lion L. Johnson, "Yet their absence must be marked. Places must be left for them. That is simply honor." In other words, even the loyalist Primarchs pay lip service to the missing Titans, honoring two silhouettes in an otherwise complete assembly. Every time we crack open a Horus Heresy or 40K book, we get the same tantalizing scraps. In one scene, the Emperor himself sidesteps the issue when Corvus Corax notices he's listed as the 19th Primarch. The Emperor simply replies, "The other two, that is a conversation for another day." Later, Vulcan confides to his officers that none of them wants another empty pillar in the Great Investiary, another brother's name excised from all record. It is shame enough to bear the grief for two. Jaghatai Khan, the White Scars Primarch, even does the math in one novel. The entire galaxy entrusted to 20. No, 18 brothers, he muses. Only 18 Primarchs have names, Khan realizes, not 20. And in the dark days of the 42nd millennium, Guilliman himself is blunt. "I was one of 20. 2 failed." The missing Primarchs are literally the 2 that failed. There's no cheerful answer about redemption or triumph, just the cold admission that they aren't counted among the living. What did these brothers do to earn damnatio memoria? Canonical clues are sparse. In one story, Dorn quietly wonders if the lost legions might still be loyal, but Malcador cuts him off. "They are lost to us forever." Another tale mentions a forgotten Primarch who led an expedition to a Necron monolith and never returned. And one account even implies both missing legions had homeworlds and may have been excommunicated via Black Scroll message, just like the traitors. Beyond that, official sources are mum. Every tangible detail about Primarchs usually comes from codex pages or novel chapters, but here we have 2 blank lines. Rick Priestley, one of the original designers, confirmed years ago that there were no secrets to reveal. Those legions were deliberately left as a deep background mystery. Fans have crafted every headcanon in the book, but in universe, the Imperium treats it as a non-issue. That silence is the point. The erasure serves a thematic purpose. It highlights just how self-important and secretive the Imperium can be. The missing legions were meant to illustrate an Imperium so proud and insecure that it'd rather forget inconvenient truths than face them. In the official story, the purge of 2 and 11 isn't an embarrassment to hide. It's practically a sacrifice of history. Their very disappearance shows us that the Imperium loves its illusions. It's a vast, self-serving bureaucracy acting on half-baked assumptions and superstition. The effort to erase two legions rivals anything it does for chaos heretics or alien threats. The message is clear. Even the Emperor's great plan has corners the machine wants sealed off. Any suggestion of these Primarchs is met with silence or a shrug. Malcador brushes aside questions about their symbols, and the aged Emperor instructs Corax to drop it. In practical terms, the Legion's absence ripples strangely through 40K lore. No successor chapters claim them as fathers. No lost artifacts or favored homeworlds surface. Official counts of armies skip from 11 to 12 with a footnote. Key events skirt around them. Only 9 legions are listed in the traitor roster at Istvan, implying Horus never even had the chance to recruit 2 or 11. Even in the post-heresy era, when traitor legions war with demon princes, there's always the same half-smirk that something unexplained happened back at the start of the Great Crusade. The Dark Imperium novels finally give us modern confirmation. Gilliman casually says that out of 20 Primarchs, 2 failed, and then Belisarius Cawl is shown storing gene seed from the lost Primarchs of the 2 and 11 legions alongside the loyal and traitor legions. In other words, their genetic legacy might still exist in a vault somewhere, which is a bit creepy when you think about it. To summarize, every official clue only deepens the mystery. No one bothers to record what these legions were called, who their Primarchs were, or what punishment befell them. We get tantalizing lines and then dead silence. The Imperium's answer to "where are they" is essentially, they're in the trash bin of history, and the narrator has to be okay with that. It's an era in which even missing pieces are treated like sacrilege. In the end, the 2 forgotten legions exist only as lore gaps and whispered footnotes, eternally alluring to fans, but stubbornly sealed in canon. So there you have it, the official verdict on Warhammer 40K's 2 greatest blank spots. They're basically the Emperor's roommates who never existed, the only Primarchs whose names echo through the void, rather than concrete verse. Whether they were heretics redeemed in secret or victims of warp ghosts, we'll probably never know. All we have is a handful of lines telling us they're lost forever, honored only by empty chairs and the Empire's bureaucratic fibs. In a setting where gods and monsters walk the galaxy, the biggest monster of all might just be the one hiding in plain sight, an entire army stricken from history, and the grim necessity of forgetting it ever lived.